pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Hi everybody, welcome to Unsolicited. I'm Wavedave, artist producer based in Johannesburg, but international anyway. You know how we do. So yeah, let's get into it. We're people, you know. Well, okay, let me not talk about other rappers because I don't know about them. But I'm a person, and you know, yeah, I do look for love. I don't go out of my way to look for it, but when I do get it, you know, on the rare occasions that I find it, you know, it's nice. So I do look for love, but I don't go out of my way to find it. I think I'm both, bro. Like, I'm both ends of the spectrum. You know, I don't want to get into star signs, but I'm a Gemini rising, okay? So that means I'm dual, right? So I'm a nice guy for the most part until I don't want to be nice anymore. You know, and then it doesn't go like from 1, 2, 3. It just goes nice guy, boom, savage, boom, back to nice guy. I don't really have middle ground. For the most part, I'm a nice guy. Yeah, I always did. Since grade 8, I always wanted to rap. And I'm doing what I've always wanted to do. It's amazing. It's just that there's just been so many disillusionments along the way. Like, now I realize, oh damn, maybe this won't work. Maybe that won't work. Maybe it won't be like this. Maybe it won't be how you thought it is. But I'm still doing it, you know. I'm 25. I'm rapping. You know, I'm able to sustain myself. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm very grateful. Hey, shh. Can I skip this? I wouldn't say I struggle with being loyal. I think it's a personal choice. But of course, when you are an artist, you're thrown into deeper ends than, you know, the average person. So I wouldn't say I struggle with being loyal. I think loyal is a choice. And when I am loyal, it's because it's a choice. And when I'm otherwise, then it's also a choice. But of course, you know, I haven't struggled with being loyal due to being a rapper. No, I haven't. Loyalty for me has had less to do with being a rapper and more to do with my state of mind and the person that I'm with. There's this idea that, you know, if you're in the limelight and if you're in the, limelight, but if you're in the music industry, you know, this is how it goes and you're surrounded by people and all this stuff. But I think it's really just about how you process that and, you know, the type of person you are. I mean, I know many artists in the industry that, like, you don't even know who they are. I don't want to mention names, but you don't really know who their significant other is, you know. So I think it's about how you show yourself, how you portray yourself, and, you know, the type of person that you are. And I think it is true, but it's not true for everyone. I would say 3. 8, yeah. I would say 3. Yeah, 3. I would say 3. It's great, man, you know, I think it's a beautiful industry. I think it's very tiny and we don't realize how small it is. It's actually just a bunch of friends and people who know each other and people are trying to get into other people's friend groups. But I do think it's not, I don't condone violence, but there's no violence. There's no real life, like, there's no capping, you know, there's no people capping people. I'm not saying I'm trying to have people get shot. No one's murdering no one here out here, dog. Everything is, you know, everything is nice, man. It's, you know, we soft niggas out here, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We soft. But it's okay, man. You know, we just trying to make a living, get ahead. Life is already tough enough, dog. You don't need niggas coming, you know, with guns, trying to rough you up. We don't need that. Yeah, I have. Because people are selfish, bruh. Let me just be real, dog. Let me just be real. It's because niggas are selfish. And niggas sometimes just don't give a fuck. And I don't think I want to get deep about it. Like, sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes you're not feeling your significant other in the moment. You know, like, I'm not saying that this is, you know, what happens usually. But I'm saying, like, you know, sometimes it is just what it is, man. Sometimes things are just not grand. And I don't want to have a reason like, oh, it's because, you know, she did this or she did that. Sometimes she doesn't even need to do anything, you know, and I just think cheating, it's a decision that you make, man, in the moment, and you know, it happens, you know. But apart from the cheating thing, I think, like, there have been times when I could have and I didn't, you know, and that's because I made a decision not to. So, you know, if you do cheat, you make a conscious decision to cheat, and it's happened. Like, I'm human, man. Like,
would you do it again? Is there any capability of you cheating?
Oh my God! No, absolutely not. I'm not that person anymore for the past 2.5 years of my life. Yeah, all the time. But not in a bad way. Like, you write about, you know, your exes. You write about someone you encountered. You could even write about your current partner. Yeah, all the time. I think women are like probably 40% of my subject matter. I mean, if I make a song about my mom, that's another woman, right? No, not really. Which is very funny because I do have some songs that, you know, may make some people feel that way. A song like Sweet Delilah would make, you know, any girl feel that way. But no. They haven't really like come up to me and be like, who's this about or what's that about? You know. But if they do, I'll be sure to tell them. Yeah, I'll let them know. Most of the time, let me actually be real. In all my life, I haven't really looked for a relationship. When I saw a compatible person is when I decided to make a relationship out of that. But I never really decided like, okay, I should actually get with someone, I should be in a relationship, you know? But I think the qualities that draw me, or the qualities that I think I'm drawn towards, I mean, if I think about my my 3, you know, serious relationships, I would say that it's different, man. Physical qualities are they vary, you know. I don't have a type. Let me be real, you know. Physically, mentally, you have to be funny. You have to have great taste in music, of course. Also, we need to be able to talk about music, art. You have to have, you know, an artsy side. Be an intellectual too, because I'm actually intellectual. I'd like to believe that I'm intellectual. So be a bit smart, book smart a bit street smart. Those are just the qualities that I actually like. So the thing about personality is, it's great. It's what sustains a relationship, but it's never what attracts you to the person. Let's be real, you know. So if we're talking, you know, basic attraction is I saw you, I like you, oh, you look really great. But I want to get to know you to see if we can actually be a thing, and that's where personality kicks in. But before that, it's obviously definitely physical, how the person smells, how the person speaks, what the person looks like. And I think, you know, people that always say like, you know, personality attracts me, I don't think it attracts, I think it keeps you there. I think it's like the second part of the trick, you know. I mean, I think I have a decent personality. I don't know. Ask my exes, dog. Oh, okay. You see this bums debate, guys. Look, because I don't have a type, I like everything. So bums don't necessarily matter to me, but I do like ass. I think every person likes, you know, a bum. But if I think back to, you know, girls that I've dated that I loved and cared for, they didn't necessarily have big asses, they didn't have bums. Bums do matter, but only up until a certain point. Then it's just like, okay, it is what it is, really. Yeah, nice to see. It is what it is, man. Apart from me, it's nice to see. Yeah. Oh, don't stress me, dog. There's enough stress. Life is hard, you know. Life is tough, man. And I'm not trying to be in a relationship that makes everything tougher. You know, don't stress me. Just don't stress me mentally, emotionally. You know, don't be all up in my face. Give me a bit of space, a bit of freedom. I actually really like my space a lot, you know. I love being alone for extended periods of time, which may make me seem as like emotionally distant, but it's not really that. It's just like I just need to be on my own, just to think and to actually, you know, make some plans, because all my life I've been alone, you know. I'm an only child. Don't go on Twitter and, you know, this thing, dog, these things that Hans do, they'll sub you on Twitter, mate. Don't do that. If you have my number, I'm your boyfriend. Why can't you text me? Why must I go to Twitter to see that you're not feeling grand today? That happened, like, yeah, that happened a while ago, you know, and I'm just like, why would you do that? This thing that really annoyed me, bro. Like, one of my exes, she went on Twitter to ask for food one time, dog. And I'm just like, you just don't carve me, you don't see me. Like, who am I? Who am I to you? Who am I? What are we? Like, and the thing is, she didn't even need the money, man. She doesn't need lunch money, dog. Like, she's okay. But I think she just felt like being a bird that day. And, you know, because one thing about me is like, I'm not an insecure guy, right? Like, I'll give you your freedom. And I've noticed sometimes too much freedom in relationships makes women feel like you don't care about them, which is actually wrong. Like, I'll give you your freedom, do whatever you want to do, but don't go out of your way to sort of get my attention in a weird way. And I think that whole thing of going on the TL to ask for lunch was trying to fight for my attention in a weird way, you know. But like that, bruh. Just relax, dog, actually. petty. I wouldn't say it's petty, hey, but yo, there's this one time, yo. She just had I don't know, something was wrong with her hygiene, you know. Her hygiene was very off, man. I don't know if it wasn't grand down there or her breath. I can't remember. I remember one time she came over to my place straight from work. Look, she didn't bath. She didn't bath after work, and she had just had like a very long shift at work. And you know, she came over and she wanted to get straight into it, and like it's okay, we got into it, but then yeah, that it was a bit traumatic for me, and I think that's actually the main reason why I broke up with that person, you know. She should have bathed at least, but she didn't want to bath. So I think hygiene. But I don't know if that's petty, because that's a real reason. Like that's a real reason. But I guess that's the one that I can actually say was the pettiest. Yeah. Gee. Nah. In as much as you can miss a certain moment, the type of person that I am and how I process my emotions, you know, moments are meant to be cherished and missed, but you'll never get that back again, because firstly, you're not the same person and that person is not the same person. So nah, I'll never take back any of my exes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. So it's quite a few songs. It's one of those breakups where you break up, then you don't break up, then you break up, then you don't break. So I think we broke up over the space of like a year. Break up, then it was like, oh, I miss you. Oh, let's get back together. We got back together. Broke up again. You know, and I think those ones, it's like when you have a scab or a wound, and then you take it off, and then it heals, and before it heals again, you take it off. It's like that's the sort of breakup it was, you know. And I think because we didn't let go of each other sooner, I think even if you ask her, probably the same, you know. That was the worst one because we just didn't let go of it sooner than we should have. I'm fly as I'm sorry, like but I don't want to brag. I think I'm tall. That's like probably number one. I'd like to think that I'm decent looking. I think that's number two. I think I'm slightly funny. You know, I don't go out of my way to be funny and be an entertainment or be a joke. But I think I'm, you know, if you get to know me, I think I have my funny side. Yeah, man, I just think, you know, being a young Yoruba boy is also a thing, you know. And I think I'm slightly charming. I think just that much. Tons, actually. Before I'm a rapper, I'm a fan of rap, you know. AKA Anati, Dalez, Pretty Ugly. I'm amazing with what Black is doing, you know. I'm trying to see how far he can take it, you know. I like that kid because he's very versatile, you know. I mean, he can do anything, really. He can do R&B, he can do, you know, rap, straight rap, you know. I really like that about him. I really like Flame as well. Empty, hero of mine. I really like that guy, you know. He comes from Joburg, CBD, my city, you know. So I like his struggle music, you know. The passion. I don't think anyone can actually express pain like Empty. There's a song called Wave, and it's just, man, it just expresses pain so well, and I really like that about him. One of the realest rappers out. Sims as well, that's my guy. Tabo Acid, really great kid, man. You know, I like, you know, his trap stuff. I think my favorite artist out of SA is actually DJ Maporisa, and that's because of his versatility as well. He can really just do anything. He's produced some amazing songs. He had hands with One Dance. He did Particular with Nasty C, and then he's doing this Amapiano thing, which is also great, you know. It's like a new wave. So Maporisa is actually someone that I'm gonna work with eventually, you know. I really like what he does. I like his mind. So the beauty of it is, like, you know, I think Toxicity is dressed so nicely, and it's so beautiful, and it's so sumptuous, and it's so soft, you know. But when you get in the middle, you're like, how did I get here? And it's too late. You're done. Because obviously you like her, and you know, she's your girl or she's your ride or whatever's going on in that moment, you know. I don't think there's any knowing. You can't really prepare yourself for it, but just keep it at the back of your mind, like, you know, take each thing with a pinch of salt. There's this line that I had earlier this year. I love my women spicy, but I still take them all with a pinch of salt. And I think I live by that. Like, it's not in a bad way. Like, you know, I just think it's like, are you gonna show me a surprise? Are you gonna show me you're actually crazy or what? You know, you never prepared for it. I would like to say no, but let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Half the time you don't even know. So I don't know, bruh. Probably. Probably a few times, yeah.
Would you know why?
Because hands are hands, dog. Hands are hands, mate. Hands are hands. Honeys are honeys. And honey's gonna do what honey's finna do, no matter what you try and do. Alright? So yeah, bro, it is what it is. The game is the game, bro. I don't make the rules. I just play by him. Drake is my favorite artist. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there. Of course, it's Drake. It's like the commercial face of music. I really like his music. I like his versatility a lot. Internationally, I listen to so much music. It's really hard to say. I'm with Dave as well. Dave from the UK, I really like his music too. Stormzy, Dutchavelli, you know, guys in the UK. I really like the drill wave that's going on there. Another thing about drill is it's like trap meets Afro beats because it's got the danceable hats, so you can actually sort of dance to it. So I really like what's going on there. You know, and of course here in Africa, of course, man, my Niger boys, Burna Boy, Omalay, Wizkid. I'm really messing with them. My journey as a musician has been tumultuous. It's been up and down, you know. I've had to figure out so much about myself first and, you know, make the music better, get the music better. Most of the time, I wasn't grand. The music couldn't be grand. If you're not grand, your art suffers, you know. So because of that, I've really had to pull myself out of situations that were not serving me or my art, you know, and I'm grateful to be in a position whereby now I'm actually focusing on the art full time and I have enough time to actually focus on that, you know. And that was by leaving my job, my full-time job. So that was 2019, yeah. So now this is 2021. You know, I've gotten myself to a sort of a plateau in my life where things are a bit stable. Just, you know, there's like a graph. It's like it's going straight. There's a bit of, you know, there's just a little bit of waves, but it's still straight nyana, you know. So that's where I'm at. And I'm dropping an album called God Body on the 10th of August 2021, which is like in, I think, 12 days from now. And I'm really excited about it. I've dropped 4 singles to it. And the album isn't out yet, but the singles are. And I'm really grateful that, you know, we're sitting on like, I think 12,000 streams, which I'm very grateful for. Like, that is beautiful. That's already, trajectory of that is doing better than my first album. So I'm very happy, you know. Afro beats based album. You know, I decided I'm going to do a bit of Afro beats. I produced most of the songs. It talks about spirituality, it talks about love, it talks about lust, it talks about everything, man. Everything that, you know, everyone can go through, let me say, you know. It's an album focusing on urban spirituality because I think, you know, as urban people in the city, a lot of us aren't really in touch with our spiritual side. And secondly, there's no real face for urban spirituality. It's like, oh, you're cool, and so you probably don't pray or all this stuff. You know, we often associate spirituality with like the Bundus and like leaves and, you know, all that village. But like, I'm really out here trying to be like, yo, man, I'm actually quite a spiritual person, you know. Yes, I rap, yes, I cuss. I have a relationship with God, you know, and yeah, you should too. So that's what it's about. Yeah, actually, African Girl is coming out on the 10th as well. That was my first single. It's with Must Be MP. Shout out to Must Be MP, man. And yeah, that's basically the music video that's gonna come out with the album. And then I'm gonna be shooting for Sweet Delilah next week Saturday. It should be out by month end of August / mid-September. So yeah, man, I'm really doing a lot of work. I've got a new team, visual team. I'm working with a guy called Akiru's Lab. He'll be doing most of my visuals from here on. So I'm very excited for the future. You never know if they're a fan or if they're genuinely trying to get to know you. I think 60 to 70% of the time they're actually fans, and they don't come across as fans because later on you realize, no man, but why aren't you trying to catch up to who I really am? Why are you still there by who you think I am? So I would say a lot of the times try and distinguish between, you know, a fan and a woman who's really trying to be there for you.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted